Jenny Turner with Lovejoy Real Estate. Today we're talking to Matt from Las Vegas, all about real estate, what's working for his team, and what the Las Vegas market's looking like. Welcome.
Thank you. Glad to be here. Matt Farnham, Las Vegas, Team Farnham Real Estate in Las Vegas, Nevada. Our mission in Vegas is loving Las Vegas through real estate. We're a highly relational business, a lot of referral business, SOI, agent referrals, and so forth. That's our bread and butter.
So what are you finding in 2023 going into 2024? Because we're all looking towards our 2024 business planning. What are you finding right now is really working for your agents? Where are they finding clients? What do they move that needle and make sure the 2024 is going to be a great year for them?
Yeah, so that's a very good question because Vegas is tough right now. The whole country's tough. But just to give you like a little intro in Vegas is we're having a really big issue with affordability right now. So I know a lot of the country is, but when California started coming to Vegas and interest rates went up, our market got inflated like a lot of the market. But the problem is household incomes in Vegas didn't change. So we're having a big issue right now with affordability where truthfully, prices should soften quite a bit in Vegas, but they're not going to because of inventory and the demand. People are still moving to Vegas.
And people who are moving probably are keeping their California income or other area income.
Yes.
Right? They're just moving with their remote job that they can work anywhere and they're living in Vegas.
Exactly. Yes. So for us, what's really working well right now is agent referrals. And then, of course, our bread and butter has always been our sphere of influence in those referrals. But to speak to agent for a moment, I'll tell you, with a lot of effort we've put in the last couple of years, I know you've done your business as well with agent relationships. Yeah. That's been our saving grace this year because if somebody's staying in Vegas, they're not selling their home typically to upgrade or downgrade to stay in Vegas because, as you know, they don't want to trade their 3% rate in for a 7% rate. So the people moving are moving out of state. So we're getting
people are moving in or out. Yes. They're not a lot moving around in Vegas right now.
Exactly. So the agent referral relationships have been our saving grace because you're calling me from Oregon saying, hey, these guys are coming our way or they're going your way. Yeah. So we're hearing about the people relocating through those relationships versus people that are
and it's
there.
So important when you care about your clients and your world, when I know somebody's moving to Vegas and I know, hey, they're going to be in good hands. Right. They don't have to just look on Zillow or Google it or figure that out. I know that if they're selling that condo, they're going to be in great hands with you and they don't have to worry.
And our bread and butter is sphere of influence. But the next closest thing is agent referrals because it's high rapport, high trust, highly relational business. It literally it fits our jam so nicely. Our mission or our mantra for the team is love on the people who love you. So instead of putting a lot of money into different types of lead sources and things like that, and I'm not knocking it, I know people do very, very well with that.
Yep.
But we really put our emphasis and love right back in. You do the same thing in your business, I know.
So what are you doing to get more agent referrals? Like what kind of activities are you doing? Do you have operating procedures around that or what does that look like?
Yeah, I'm here right now in Chicago with you at the moment, right? So it's a relationship business, whether it's agents or clients or whoever. So I'm present. I'm trying to provide a lot of value. I'm trying to, give you an hour of my time to speak on your podcast, just as you probably do the same for me. Yep. Because that stuff matters to solidify, strengthen relationships. But also I do try and kind of the Gary Vee approach, the jab, right hook. Yeah. I provide a lot of content, a lot of helpful tips and tricks that work for us in Vegas, just hoping that somebody can rip off and duplicate for their market. And there's no ask. It's literally just, I hope at the end of the day, when you think of Vegas, you think of Matt or Team Farnham. And thank God it's worked out. I'm top of mind with a lot of people and we've got a lot of referrals that have come in.
One of the things that we just started implementing is when an agent gives us a referral, we're sending them an organ box. And it's just a small little thank you, right? And it doesn't matter if that client that they referred us ever buys or sells. Now, obviously we hope they will, but that's not the point. Right. The point is thanks for thinking of us, right?
Yep.
Thanks for thinking of us. And when you think of Portland, when you think of Oregon, think about us again.
Yep.
And so that's really where it is. It's just all about networking and communicating. And then of course, doing a great job, right? Mm-hmm. Because if you do a great job with that relocation client, they'll then tell all their friends. Yeah. Right? It just goes through.
Well, and the way we communicate too. So we've done the Vegas box thing and we've done a poor job of scaling that. We've had more and more referrals come in. It's hard to get those boxes out. But like at the Limb Chocolate or like a little slot machine for your desk, like cute little city themed things. But what we found to be true for our SOI business as far as, we want to deliver the best experience in real estate. Yep. And we do that through gifting and celebrating moments and all this cute stuff. But what we learned to be true is our clients' experience will rise and fall based on the communication they receive. But that's the same thing for agent referral partners. So one of my administrative professionals is my client relationship manager. And one of her primary jobs is to make sure that you never have to call me and ask for status on your referral. you'll always know we're on the offense, not on the defense, but
Yeah.
you'll always know how we're stewarding that opportunity. So when we close it and get you paid and you were communicated to the whole time, what do you want to do? Send us more business.
Yeah.
It's no different than how we treat our sphere of influence because it's all relationship.
And that way they know that they found a house, they're in escrow, they're closing this day, here's what's
Yep.
going on.
Even before that, they know that we've set the initial consultation. They know that the client has to do this and that. Maybe they're not ready, and we're going to touch base again in 2 weeks, and then we update you after that. It's all in the CRM, just like the communication with the client. There's just an extra touch point, which is the agent who sent us that opportunity.
Got it. So let's switch gears for a second and talk about mindset. How are you tracking with your agents on their mindset? What are you doing towards get out there and work? Yes, this is a hard market. Yes, affordability is an issue in Vegas. But what are you doing to help motivate and keep them focused on success?
I think the number one thing we're doing is just being together as often as we can. So, I mean, just that physical connection, and don't let anybody get siloed and be off on an island all by themselves, right? No rogue agents. And that's difficult, in a season like this, but we're really pouring into culture. So we have 2 meetings a week in the office. One's is our sales meeting. So that's, market activity, what are our challenges and solutions and things like that. But truthfully, the most powerful thing that we do is on Thursday mornings, we do a gratitude and personal development huddle. And those mornings are...
And that's in person.
Yeah, in person. But we get together. It's just a really vulnerable, kind of transparent hour together. And it's, Jenny, what are you grateful for today or this week? What are you doing to grow personally or professionally? And that could be health, it could be spiritual, it could be mental, it could be mindset, leadership, whatever. But you're expected to deliver value, come ready for that conversation.
Yep.
It's just really that reset every week that we have together. And then in addition to that, I think it's just really getting back to the basics of the discipline and habits that we need in place for next year. And real estate's a contact sport. Like, it's cute that we're trying to get active on social media, and my team's committed to that, and we're doing more and more of that. And all these other, shiny
I love
tools.
that you say it's cute.
It is, and AI is awesome, right? And all this stuff they're fun to spend time on, and it's all going to make us more efficient, better, smoother, faster. But at the end of the day, like, it's a contact sport. We got to talk to more people and strengthen those relationships. And everybody in Vegas, the joke is, if you don't know 5 agents, you don't have any friends. Like, everybody's a realtor in Vegas. But who's the one they think of when it comes to buy or sell real estate? And that's going to be the one who's top of mind, who they look as the knowledge broker, who they feel like is active in the market and knows what they're doing. But that all comes by contact, right?
Well, and we have to remind people that we're still doing it, right? Even for those of us who've been doing it a long time, our clients forget. And they're like, oh, you're still doing real estate? Yeah, what do you think I'm doing? Like, yes, that's all I do is real estate.
Yep.
But you have to continue to do that.
I've said for years, real estate is this simple, really, is that people know what you do for a living and you're good at it. Yep. And it's one thing, people know what you do for a living because everybody knows 5 realtors, but do they know you're good at it? And that's where the social media comes in, or when you say, hey, Matt, how's the market? How I answer that question tells somebody, oh, this guy knows his stuff, or this is just another realtor. You know what I mean? So absolutely.
Yep. And it comes down to, when you sell a lot of houses, you really know the market because you know exactly what's out there. It's not just what are the headlines. It's our clients are finding this, our clients are seeing that. And for Portland, at least, different segments. Like, our condo market is really rough right now. We have a lot of inventory in our condo market. But our single family detached market, pretty good. Like, we're still seeing some multiple offers, bidding, over asking, removal of contingencies. So it depends. Like, it really depends on what price point, what area, what you're looking for.
Right.
Fast forward 3 years in Las Vegas. What's your real estate market going to look like in 3 years?
In 3 years, we're still going to be very low on inventory. So Redfin puts out a stat that I think is a really good leading indicator. And they do an analysis that shows people on their website that are searching for homes outside of the city they live in versus people who live outside of the city looking into a specific city. And Vegas is the net biggest gain net growth in the country for people who are searching that way. I think that's a pretty strong leading indicator
that's a good way of looking
of
at it.
3, 5, 10 years out. So I think I'm very bullish on Vegas. I mean, we have F1 in the next couple of weeks. We have U2 opening up the Sphere. Like,
I want to come to the Sphere. I don't even like Vegas, but I want to come to the Sphere because that's pretty cool.
Heck yeah. Aces are back in the championship again. I mean, it's just the Golden Knights are the Stanley Cup champ. I mean, the city's on fire. So I know we're going to be low inventory because the demand's going to keep coming. But the concern is, honestly, is the affordability. It's just, we're really becoming a city where the Las Vegas resident has problems buying homes in their own city, which is sad. I know a lot of resort markets across the country are that way, California, Florida, Hawaii, things like that. But I mean, we're not on the ocean. We're a great city, but it's like, man, I wish we could just bridge that gap a little bit.
Are you building new construction? Like, is that the answer?
Well, unfortunately, good or bad, however you look at it, but like, our team this year has sold probably as many new construction on the buy side as we have resale. Because the builders have the deeper pockets, they're offering the rate buy downs. We have a buyer closing next couple weeks. The builder's probably paying about $25,000 in discount points to get the rate down to 5.5 or 5.75.
Yep.
It's difficult for resale to compete with that.
Right.
Yeah.
So you have some new construction, which is helping with the inventory, but that's not helping the value of the property for the resale sellers.
Correct, yeah.
Interesting. So tell us a little bit more about the size of your team, the brokerage you're with, kind of how that plays into how you do real estate.
Sure, yeah. So we're lean and mean. We're not a big team, and that's changing, honestly. I've been personally challenged, just some personal growth I'm going through that. I've been playing small for too long. I really feel like I've been gifted as a leader, and it's time to level up as a leader. So a lot of changes are kind of underway right now, but currently at the moment, it's me. I do still produce. I'm in production, just more on the listing side typically. I have 3 agents working full time right now on the buyer and seller side. They do everything.
Yep, team agents.
And then I have 3 full-time licensed administrative professionals on our client care team.
Okay.
So I'm very bottom heavy. I don't know anybody that has the type of volume or size of the team I have that has 3 full-time admin. So I really don't need to add any staff, and we could probably double in business.
You have the framework and the foundation for it. You just need more agents, more transactions.
Yeah, and it sounds cheesy, but I say the foundation is set. From here, we grow. That's just really the truth. At this point, it's just duplicating. But what I need to do is help agents learn how to build their business the way I did, which is love on the people that love you, and let's convert our database at 10% or more. And that's where they really have done an amazing job with opportunities that we tee up for them, and they'll steward them well, they'll love on them, they'll close it, everything's great.
But they have to figure out how to tee it
Go
up themselves.
fishing, right? Yep. And here's the problem, is because I've played small and I've stayed small, my agents have been so busy with just opportunities that we tee up for them.
Yep.
The whole idea of prospecting and going out there and going across the sidelines at the soccer game to make new relationships and that contact sport is where we really need to level up here in the next 6 months, gearing up for next year.
Our goal is 50-50 on the team. So an agent should provide about 50% of their own leads.
Yeah.
We give them about 50% of their own leads. And what we find historically is the longer you're with us, the more you're fishing and doing your own business because you have your past clients' sphere of influence. You know what you're doing a little bit more, and the newer agents are a little bit on the other end of the spectrum. But I like that. I like that because we are relationships, right? And they know different people than I know. Tom's been saying numerous times that 62% of clients choose the agent that's closest to them when they're ready to act. So you got to be that agent, right? You have to be that one right in front of them that is active and knows what they're doing and knows how they're talking about it and what they're at.
That's why I tell my agents that the client's going to work with the first competent agent the day they wake up serious.
Yeah.
So if they like you today, but they wake up serious 9 months from now and you're AWOL, they're probably not going to use you. It's going to be who's right there. That they got to be competent and sound like they know what they're doing, but it's not going to be you if you haven't been in touch.
So 3 agents today. 3 years from now, how big?
You know what? It's interesting because you asked about the brokerage. So I just launched Five Realty in Nevada. So new brand that you're familiar with. So there's kind of 2 different lanes there. The team itself, I don't see the team getting bigger than maybe 10 active agents.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, we have such a high standard of the type of business that we do. I'm very picky about who I would align with on that culture.
Yep.
But as far as...
but 5 lets you grow the brokerage side.
Exactly.
Yep.
And I'm going to be developing a program I'm calling 5+, which is kind of like a hybrid, where you might not want to go all in on the team, or I might not think you're a perfect team fit, but you don't want to be on an island and just be part of the brokerage. So what does it look like to have like this hybrid role where there's some resources, there's some support, there's some coaching by me and things like that, but you're not all in on team culture and the splits that come with that and things like that. So I'm looking forward to growing that out.
Matt, thank you so much for coming. Jenny Turner with Lovejoy Real Estate. Thanks so much for listening. Like, subscribe, follow, do all the things. And Matt, have a fabulous day.
Thank you, Jenny, for having me.
You're welcome.
Matt Farnham here, again, Team Farnham Real Estate in Las Vegas, Nevada. Easiest way to get a hold of me would just be at Matt Farnham on Instagram or Facebook. Shoot me a DM. Let's connect. Thanks so much.